Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ask ServiceMonster show, where you've got questions about your service business and we've got your answer. Today's question comes from Keith. Going from tech to exec, how exactly do you get yourself off the truck? So Keith wants to know, how does he get off the truck? He's been running now for, I think he said 18 months or so. He's doing well, feels he's just starting to get a nice customer base, and now he's ready to make the transition. How do you move yourself from a worker, self-employed, to an actual business person, an executive, someone who owns and operates an actual organization with people and routes and trucks and all kinds of stuff? It's the hardest thing that service companies will face, going from their small operation with it's just themselves, or maybe themselves and their wife, to having employees and growing. So I'll say this first, mom and pops have an advantage. Anytime you can get somebody in the office as part of the business straight off the day one, you're going to be at an advantage. It's going to be easier for you to transition yourself off the truck because you know the office stuff is pretty much taken care of. The phone's getting answered, things are getting booked. But a lot of you guys don't start that way. You don't have the other side of the equation, whether it's a wife who wants to participate in the business, or maybe she's got her own career, her own kind of agenda, or you don't have a partner to go in, you're doing this solo, right? That's what a lot of you guys are doing. So moving from owner-operator to actually a business with employees, it's scary. So the fear of it is the first thing that stops most people. Not understanding, like, how are we gonna do payroll? How do I find an employee? How do I know if I pick a good one? How do I know if I train them up, they're not just gonna bail or be a competitor to me or something like that? It's really tough. And the other thing is trying to figure out like which role you wanna fill. Do you get an office person first so that they can answer the phones and book jobs and follow up with clients and do mailings and really get your marketing going, play on social media, do all the office-y stuff that you would require within a 40-hour work week? Or do you bring in a tech and teach them or her how to do what you do, whether it's cleaning windows or pressure washing or cleaning carpets or what have you. So that's tough. And then how do you take that tech and then walk away and let them go into your clients' homes all by themselves, doing God knows what? Like, your product is the service that you provide, and if you're not providing it, someone else who's not the owner, who doesn't care as much about the business, is. That's all terribly terrifying. I know when we were first moving into that space, and the equivalent for us is hiring agents to actually handle the training, sales, and management of our accounts. It was really tough. So we were diligent about bringing in those first few employees, to making sure that they cared about the client, to making sure that they cared about the business. And through our leadership, we were able to really kind of make them see our vision. And we did fairly well. So it can be done. Other service providers do it all the time, but it is a very, very tough transition. So let's talk a little bit about how you would go through that and maybe which one you would choose. So the first thing is, which one, a tech or an office person? An office person is gonna provide the most bang for the buck straight off on day one. But you gotta make some assumptions that they're gonna be a good employee, they're gonna be a good fit, they're gonna be self-managing, they're not gonna mess around while you're out pushing the wand and they're in the office or in your home or wherever they are, right, in their home even. It's pretty easy to take care of the payroll and stuff as long as you've separated your personal and business finances, right? We've talked about that. And once you've got that under control, if you're doing your accounting in something like QuickBooks, then moving to payroll, you can find a solution that will snap in and allow you to push a button and make that happen. So get over the fear of the tech part and the payroll part and the actual cutting the check part. So that's a non-issue. Getting that office person in, there's lots of things they can do, right? Answer phone calls, call out, they can prepare documents, they can record things, they can take payments, they can do marketing, they can stuff envelopes, they can write newsletters, leverage their passion, find out what they're passionate about and see if you can incorporate that somehow into your business. So that's the office person, right? And they can provide a lot of good throughput if you find the right person that will really help you grow to the point where you can get another person and then transition yourself off the truck. The other route, of course, is hiring a tech first. And this is a little scary as well, because while you have control over them and you can keep your eye on them, them, eventually you're gonna leave them in the client's home. And so you can kind of do the probationary period thing and kind of figure out if they're gonna be a good fit, if they're gonna be adopting the culture that you wanna represent within your client's home or at the residential location. And once you have that dialed in and they're trained up and you feel confident they can handle it, you can wean yourself off of the truck and into the office. Then you can get to work doing those office things that we just talked about. So it's kind of 6 and 1/2 dozen the other. I think the first one presents better growth opportunity, but it's harder because the employees are harder to manage. The second one, it's easier to deal with, but there's a stressful time where you're handing your clients and your business kind of over to the service that this new technician is providing. In both cases, you gotta find the right person. So you gotta be diligent and you gotta be willing to pay a little bit, especially for those first couple people. And I'm not talking, 100 grand a year, right? But they gotta have their teeth, they gotta look nice, they gotta be presentable. They're gonna be representing your company and helping you build the team from this point forward. So that's the deal. So which one do you choose? I can't answer that question for you. I think that there's some solutions out there to get you over the hump. ServiceMonster has a call center. It's only available to current clients and it's kind of hard to get in. There's a waiting list. We help transition some of our clients by taking the office staff needs away first, helping you get the transition for your technician, and then once you're in the office, you can kick us to the curb and build up your office staff. So all in all, I would say jump. If you're ready, if you've got the clients and you know you've got a little bit of cash at the end of every month, then just do it. Entrepreneurship is hard. Business is hard. It's full of risk. You started this business, and if you're looking to grow it, you're gonna have to get over this. I know it's tough, and you might end up failing, finding the wrong employee and messing it up. You may end up running out of cash one month and not being able to pay them. It's like, it all sucks. But until you do it, you're not gonna do it. There's no right time. So head first in. If you know you've got the cash and you're looking, your business is good, your books are straight, then figure out which one. And maybe even go part-time with an office person, right? That'll reduce your cost a bit. But there's all kinds of ways to figure it out, but you just gotta move. All right, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out the demo, and give us a call.